So, ladies and gentlemen, alright, there's some more chipping because me I tell you say Mystic make one excellent point that I never remembered and didn't even look at. And we just a try show no. Look at what Andrew wanna say versus when do. Listen to this.
Has been hurted by this Prime Minister, these policies. You understand? Because nothing in this policy is talking about nation building. You understand? Now look here. Really, you and I know that the Prime Minister is just simple as an anarchist. And let us explain to the people why you and I will say that the Prime Minister is an anarchist. Now, the Prime Minister went on his political campaign and the Prime Minister speak to the public at large and said, he will never bad mind anybody for them pieces of land.
Yes.
He will never bad mind anybody for them big house. He will not bad mind anybody for making any effort of owning their houses. The Prime Minister even goes as far as said he will help poor people, you understand, to build their homes. Now let us see what the Prime Minister actions.
So Jamaica, I want to remember when Andrew wanna say no bad mind nobody for them house pan them Scotland and then we help them. Andrew Holness gave persons the distinct impression that he understood their plight. The poor people, you know, when him take off him shoes and him walk in a St. Mary, me come from Cumberland and this and that, and me come from where you come from, for make people feel like, no, you know, you are one of us. So therefore, when me go in a power, I am going to look out for you. You understand me I deal with? This is what the man does, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, me have to play that back. No, me I tell you say, hey, Mystic, me dey have to react to this. Hold on.
He's talking about nation building. You understand? Now look here. Really, you and I know that the Prime Minister is just simple as an anarchist. And let us explain to the people why you and I will say that the Prime Minister is an anarchist. Now, the Prime Minister went on his political campaign and the Prime Minister speak to the public at large and said, he will never bad mind anybody for them pieces of land.
Yes.
He will never bad mind anybody for them big house. He will not bad mind anybody for making any effort of owning their houses. The Prime Minister even goes as far as said he will help poor people, you understand, to build their homes. Now let us see what the Prime Minister actions are in comparison to what the Prime Minister has spoken about. These things that the Prime Minister uttered. Let us see if the Prime Minister fulfill that.
Yeah.
Now, what we witness as evidence is the Prime Minister, you understand, ordered tractor to bulldoze those people places. Don't give them opportunity to regularize those homes. You understand? This is a overarching, you understand, leadership and rulership, dictatorship. You understand? I mean, mash down several people homes. But remember that the Prime Minister said he will not bad mind anybody for those pieces of the land. Sure. And he will help them build. But we see the Prime Minister act now to the contrary. Now let us start. The Prime Minister promises that,
Andrew say no bad mind nobody for them squatter land, them house pan them squatter land and we help them. And then bloop, the man do a full switch up, ladies and gentlemen. How can you trust a man like this? How can you trust a man like this?
He will build, right, several homes, you understand, for poor people and for income earner. Let's just start the facts now here. What we see the Prime Minister being doing? The Prime Minister has been drawing down on the NHT contribution of taking $11.4 billion per year, you understand, to show up his budget. And so they're putting the NHT, you understand, to build low income homes for people. And then when you look now, the Prime Minister, you understand, you don't have the capacity again, you understand, to deliver low income homes to people. These are the promises what the Prime Minister make, but move again to other things that the Prime Minister promised and don't deliver. The Prime Minister said in 2015 that when he goes into power, what he's going to do, he's going to bring big electricity plants, you understand? And so that people is going to pay cheaper for electricity. The Prime Minister admit that electricity cost is killing the people, but when he goes into power, he is going to ensure that the big energy sector companies come into the island, offer competition, you understand, and so that he can drag them price. How weird, come on, look at that. What me are you see the Prime Minister though? As the Prime Minister went in, the Prime Minister instruct Ardisha to execute where the Prime Minister even moved the protected plan, the kilowatt hours from 350 to 150, so that the very same poor people who is fed, he will ensure that they pay cheaper electricity. Guess what? They start to pay higher. They start to pay more. So when all of these things happening, where are we to stay by the sideway and look at silent and don't say anything? Don't say anything. No, the Prime Minister is just simple as scam artist.
Embarrassing.
We need some milk.
In terms of real development. Now watch this now here.
Yes.
Never in our issue of politics, and I will always start this because this is serious and people need to look into it because it's very serious. If the Prime Minister means Jamaica any good at all, let me ask you a question. Can you really believe that the Prime Minister, you understand, I'm making a statement,
Yes.
Can you really believe that the Prime Minister, right, involved in 3 Ponzi schemes that rob investors and so then rob Jamaica the opportunity from developing? No, start the truth. In 2006, the Prime Minister went into Holness, and I will never stop and talk about these things.
Yes.
In 2006, the Prime Minister went into Holness, right? Holness crashed, right? Both him, Andrew Wheatley, and Darrell Bars, the 3 of them. All 3 of them in a way.
Yes.
All 3 of them that work in the country, you understand? They were in Holness. All 3 of them were in Holness. You understand? They rob investors. No, did they stop up there in 2006? Them jump across in 2007. I'm going to cash plus. All 3 of them,
Yes.
Andrew Holness, Andrew Wheatley, and Darrell Bars. You understand? Went into cash plus again and rob the people them again. Rob the people them again. Rob investors again. Did they stop? No, they don't stop. I invested this year, robbing. You're robbing people who are investing, No, make a move on. SSL, 2008. Andrew Wheatley, gone in a SSL. Andrew Holness, gone in a SSL. Right, Darrell Bars, gone in a SSL. Remember, what we are talking about, it is that we are talking on theory, we have the evidence now here.
Of course. It's the evidence here, man.
We have the evidence. You understand? All right, since we are talking, have you seen any one of them come out and dispute what they say? And say, like, they're not in a SSL, they're not in a cash plus.
Before we go in SSL and Cash Plus, ladies and gentlemen, he talked about the light bill situation. I'm more of it. Can I have the evidence there now? Big up Mr. Wayne Lonesome again. In June 5th, 2012, Mama P, literally, with a campaign promise that she gave, the government has removed the general consumption tax, GCT, on electricity bill for all residential customers, making good on an election promise. This was announced by Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Portia Simpson Lucretia Miller on June 5th, while making her contribution to the 2012-2013 budget debate in the House of Representatives. We made a promise before the election to relieve the burden on GCT and electricity, particularly for the poor and struggling middle class, she said. And they did it. This is the difference between the PMP and the JLP. Alright? Let's go back. Ladies and gentlemen, let me show you the other yes. So in 2017 now, that when Andrew is coming up power, light bill will go. President and CEO of the Jamaica Public Service, JPS, Kelly Tomlin, says on her most of our customers will likely see an increase in their electricity bill. This is as the government, the changes announced yesterday by Finance Minister Audley Shaw Manayar during his budget presentation. A 16.5% general consumption tax will be added to the bills. So Mama P lessen the bills for the poor. Lagos big up. Thank you so much again, Paula. Paula, but me love the eagle bad. But thank you. Thank you for the gift. And so so Mama P took out the GCT and then the labor then put it on back. So the light bill them go up. So Andrew Holness promised us that he's gonna make electricity low as soon as they come in a power. Total opposite. Wanna see the difference? I hope you guys observe the difference. So that 16.5% general consumption tax will be added to their bills of all JPS customers who use more than 150 kilowatt hour monthly. Mr. Shaw says the move will not affect 61% of Jamaica. So that is a residential customer. So Arnie Shaw, whether he was misguided or he didn't care or he was just lying to the people or he was misinformed, he stated that the move will only affect 40 or 39% of the persons that are residential customers. But the professional, ladies and gentlemen, the one that is a part of JPS in the article said, no. However, Ms. Tomlin says average electricity usage is going up and is currently above the threshold. So the threshold that the JLP government said would not affect 61% of Jamaica. Literally, it affected them, ladies and gentlemen. The most vulnerable that the People's National Party protected. The JLP said, no, bitter medicine. Wanna suffer under this blouse and skirt here. I want to know. We're telling us that we are going to make our light bill lower, but we are going to make it higher. And ladies and gentlemen, that has not changed. So if you don't want anybody to blame for the light bill, blame the government that is currently running the country right now. Anytime we look on the light bill, and we are talking about people who pay light bill, and not for not pay light bill, not thief current. So we don't not feel the pressures are selfish, because we live in a certain place where police can't go and JPS can't go. We know the whole code, We get to understand all of these things and then type of lifestyle there. So we not live off of we are pay. Our bill hiking because we not pay phone bill because JPS don't plan to lose. And that's why I'm not rate You understand what I deal with? Because we not supposed to have the option to vote when you not feel the reality of what life is under the policies them where the government put in place. So uno take 5 grand and 15 grand and 20 grand and 25 grand and take that money there and do one little thing, not pay light, not pay water, right? And we have a stand. The people them actually are working in our country, people them actually we are pay taxes. We have a stand that lasts coming out of our pocket. Not because we can't work, and pay on the bill, because we endorse corruption. You feel me I deal with? And when our tax dollars supposed to be used for other things, you have these people in our government that thief the money. Like this apartheid now when I talk about how much Ponzi scheme when Andrew is a part of. You know listen again?
No, they stop up there in 2006. Then jump across in 2007. I'm doing a cash plus. Yes. Andrew Holness, Andrew Wheatley, and Darrell Bars. You understand? Went into cash plus again and rob the people them again. Rob the people them again. Rob investors again. They just stop. No, they don't stop. I invested this year robbing. You're robbing people who are investing, No, make a move on. SSL, 2008. Andrew Wheatley, gone in a SSL. Andrew Holness, gone in a SSL. Right, Darrell Bars, gone in a SSL. Remember, what we are talking about, it is that we are talking on theory, we have the evidence now here.
Of course. It's the evidence here, man.
We have the evidence. You understand? All right, since we are talking, have you seen any one of them come out and dispute what they said? And say, like, they're not in a SSL, they're not in a cash plus. You understand? The Integrity Commission investigators that tell you. You understand? How much money, you understand, Andrew Holness, you understand, put into SSL. put into Wallet, and put into Cash Plus, and put into SSL.
Yeah.
The Integrity Commission investigate a report and tell us that. So when we attack, you understand? We, myself, interview, you understand? Someone in the know at SSL. And when we say in the know at SSL, someone who within the accounting capacity of SSL during such time. You understand? This person revealed to us the names of persons who involved in SSL from the GLP. Daryl Vaz, Delano Steve Wright, Andrew Wheatley, and the list goes on. You understand? We have these evidence. So then here.
So you see, when I called Colin Bell show and I said, who amongst the labor right there in the party is clean? Show me one of them. As far as I'm concerned, the whole of them are corruption, brother. None of them not clean. All of them are do them little thing. Them deep in a corruption. Every last one of them. I don't trust them. For you're quiet, I don't trust you. I want to sit there and there. I not trust them. I not rate them, I not trust them because I never vote for them. They're not even pretend to stand for democracy and good governance and transparency and accountability. Right? It's the
lies will be exposed. That's all.
It's the where that calling now? It's the gag order government, ladies and gentlemen. The gag order government. It's a crying shame. Let's continue.
They are, you understand, using the opportunity of the political process to wrap up the country. You understand? And you know what I am doing a research on. I am now doing a research that I'm going to come out with and show people. You see, whenever any big explosion happens in terms of identifying criminality with Andrew Holness, let me tell you what he's doing now. You understand? Because I have the deep to make the correspondence to show that he always good. If you have a big exposure of him involving criminality, his administration involving criminality, you know, started now.
Yeah.
He make it bleed out for a couple of weeks. And then with it a cool down, you see him go on some private sector project and start to demonstrate about the project. And I tell us if you take your mind off of, you understand, the lies in social media, because what they are telling you lies, and focus on the project that they are doing, particularly the St. Thomas project, right? What they are doing and where blah blah blah. You understand? Because they want, it doesn't want us to keep up. You understand? That sort of focus on the critical issues what are happening. And I
talk about keeping focus on the critical issues that is happening. Didn't Andrew Holness say that when he come back, he's going to sit down with the lawyers and in terms of Andrew Wheatley case, with us as Jamaican, we just sit back and stay so. When we make Andrew do it again. Everybody are talking about Nikisha Burchell and all other type of foolishness. When the focus is what going on with the TCN deal, what is going on with FLA, and what is going on with Andrew Wheatley. Oh, by the way, the two reports that is in the parliament, make sure someone table them this Tuesday. Why Andrew Wheatley not resign? Lady Kiki, what's up? Oh, but then I'm going to say, Andrew is going to say, well, I did say I maintain full confidence in Andrew Wheatley. So you guys shouldn't expect to hear anything more from me. This is some wild stuff, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you. Wild stuff. Alright? Crazy, bro.
I realized upon 3 occasions when explosion come in, the Prime Minister done the exact same thing. And guess what? Some people now who help the Prime Minister to now sow the seed of destruction. You understand?
Yes.
So that people can just look on it now to say, okay, all right, see that the Prime Minister they deal with certain project and blah blah. You and I know that these projects, you understand, have nothing to do with government. They are private projects. They are private investment. And the Prime Minister continue to put himself under those projects. You understand? As if to say that, okay, he's the one, you understand, that pulling out these projects. You understand? These are some serious level of criminality and corruption what Andrew Holness are doing. You understand? So serious level of criminality and corruption what Andrew Holness are doing. And he want now win. I want you to come on the campaign with us, way.
Yes.
In terms of this year, if the Prime Minister statutory declaration cannot be certified, way.
Yes.
We can't allow the Prime Minister to go going further. We can't, no, Jamaica must not sit and have the Prime Minister win. You understand? Going further. You understand? And it's unfair to Mark Bowling. Let us read that this way. It is very much unfair to Mark Bowling. That every year, Mark Bowling has to ensure that he submit his statutory declaration on time.
Yes, yes.
And every statutory declaration that Mark Bowling submitted, you understand? Verified.
And that's how I run with young John Crow at the Labour right now. Yeah, that's how I run them with. Because if you are about accountability, why have they been so quiet when Andrew Wheatley thing come out? If they were pressing Mark Golding about his statutory declaration, right? I remember when Mark Golding was speaking in the parliament, and me and Desmond McKinsey, one of them in the background, I talk about you weaponize the IC. Brother, only can't play victim, I only put the act, I only put it out there. You guys debated it, you looked at it, and hey, this is great. Andrew Holness was hailing it up, and it's the best thing since sliced bread. Best in the Caribbean. 2 moments later, suing the IC and trying to remove illicit enrichment portion of it. Because he don't want anybody to investigate how we're making money. That sounds to me like a criminal saying, stop looking into my finances, man. You have no right to look into my finances. Claudia, what's up? New breed. Hey, I'm a new breed of independent minds on the internet. New breed. I'm a part of the new breed. Shout out to Nikisha Burchard, alright? Let's continue.
By the IC. Verified by the IC. You understand? And now going more than 5 years, because remember, based on the Integrity Commission investigation,
yes,
they are saying that, okay, all the years that they had certified Andrew Holness statutory declaration up until 2020, what they are saying in a way, they say they have to take it back. They are saying, let us tell the people what they are saying so that people fully understand. The Integrity Commission is saying, based on the current investigation, all the previous statutory declaration that was once certified by the Integrity Commission, the Integrity Commission now has to now take up the certification of those, you understand, statutory declaration, because that's what Andrew Holness told them lie. So they have to now, based on this current investigation, the Integrity Commission is saying, based on the current investigation, all the previous statutory declaration that was once certified by the Integrity Commission, the Integrity Commission now has to now take up the certification of those, you understand, statutory declaration, because that's what Andrew Holness told them lie. So they have to now, based on this current investigation, you understand, the Integrity Commission is now saying from 1998, let's look at it, from 1998, Andrew Holness statutory declaration cannot be certified.
What can go so?
Jamaica, you understand what I say? From 1998, Andrew Holness statutory declaration cannot be certified. The body that was investigating it, the Integrity Commission went back and looked and realized, say, yo, brother, we have some issues here now. Yeah, man, this now work out. Choo-choo. It is wild, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue.
Understand certain things. Remember, said 1998, you never have the Integrity Commission.
No.
So then, between the period 1998 to 2016, you understand? Make the people understand, say, it was the Integrity Commission who investigating, it was the Office of the Contractor General.
Yep.
Office of the Contractor General. He ain't lying, ladies and gentlemen. He ain't lying. Who remember when Andrew Holness was talking about Richard Hassan's situation, and Andrew Holness stated that, listen, the Prime Minister, who was Mama P at the time, should act, because the situation is what it is. And he mentioned the Contractor General. And I'm going to play it for you, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't want you to think that, you know, I'm just talking about these things off of the top of my head and I don't have a reference. So we're gonna go to it, guys. We're gonna go to it. This is it right here.
We don't feel comfortable sitting in Parliament with a Minister of Government who has openly accepted responsibility, who expresses no regret for the act, where a Commissioner of Parliament has confirmed that the act is corrupt and has referred it for prosecution, and that Minister shows no sign of no regret for the act, where a Commissioner of Parliament has confirmed that the act is corrupt and has referred it for prosecution, and that Minister shows no sign of wanting to resign, or the Prime Minister showing no sign.
So a commissioner of Parliament said the act is corrupt, and that individual is showing no sign that they will resign. This is the words of Andrew, you know. And he doesn't feel comfortable sitting in the Parliament with him. Why should the PNP feel comfortable sitting in the Parliament with Dr. Andrew Wheatley? Whether he's guilty or not, the Integrity Commission has deemed it that he should be charged for 4 counts. All of them are severe counts, ladies and gentlemen. Every last one. So tell me now, why should Andrew Wheatley not get the same smoke and not be expected to uphold the same level of standards that Andrew Holness wanted him to uphold? Wanted the leader, Mama P, to uphold and remove Richard Azan. Why? What goes around comes around, ladies and gentlemen. And the people of Jamaica, you know, you were warned, you know. And right now, there's only one way things can change in Jamaica. Yeah, Queen Candice says she uncomfortable with him in her Parliament. Talk true.
The office of the Contractor General. So what people need to understand that it is not only the Integrity Commission found that Andrew Holness is corrupted.
Yes.
The previous guardrails, anti-corruption guardrails, right? Also found Andrew Holness, you understand, culpable of gross criminality related to his illicit enrichment.
Yes.
So remember now that you understand the Auditor General, right, have problem with Andrew Holness from clear back as 2006. You understand, to 2009 under the investigation with Andrew Holness, when he was in the ministry, uses influence to afford to influence contract to govern. Remember, so that was the first investigation, and that investigation don't have nothing to do with the Integrity Commission, you know. Win.
Yes.
You understand, because the Integrity Commission did not exist at that time, you know.
Yes, never exists a contractor general. So the lie is there, but the contractor general, so them are running case.
So it's the contractor general that Andrew has a problem with, nothing with the Integrity Commission. No.
So guys, the premise that Mystic Sensation is putting forward is that the Contractor General is Andrew Holness' issue, not the Integrity Commission. Because the problems with Andrew Holness' statutory declaration go as far back as 2 taxi then. Where the money come from to buy the 2 taxi? Where is the source of the funds? Where is the evidence? The foundation of his wealth is in question, ladies and gentlemen. The very foundation. And that is the biggest elephant in the room. Tell you. Like, share, and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. Like, share, and subscribe.